Morning everyone, and welcome to today's trading analysis on the 22nd of August. Crypto and the stock market have dropped off a little bit last week. I think it's still the overall view of a little bit more bearish than bullish. You can see that last week the price have dropped about 10 to 15%, and unfortunately it doesn't look like Bitcoin is going to get to the 21 moving average. So the history has shown that whenever Bitcoin is above the 21 moving average, it's generally quite in a bullish position, and when it goes below the 21 moving average, it is generally quite bearish. You can see that here it retested it and then came back to sort of a little bit of an overshoot there, and then it never came back to retest. So I was thinking that it could potentially retest this before more downside. You can also see that it's now trading on a weekly 2, a red 2, which means that if this goes below the wick of the red 1, which is 20,800, that would be a weekly sell signal, which would potentially cause us another 6 to 7 weeks of downside. On the daily scale, you can see that since the top, Bitcoin's formed this flag structure there, broke out another flag there and another flag. And it looks like currently it's now breaking out of this flag again. And if you had to look at the flagpole and just sort of draw that out here, you can see that we'll easily get between $10,000 and $14,000 on the target of this flagpole. Longs versus the shorts, there was quite a lot of long liquidations that happened during this dump off, and you can see that have now flipped, that there are now more shorts than longs. You can also see that every time that this does happen, there is a little bit of a rally upside, and this is basically just shorts getting liquidated. Okay. Unfortunately, what people don't realize is that the more leverage they trade in crypto, the more they're going to get liquidated, and this is exactly what's going on. I personally don't trade with leverage at all. I don't think, the risks are just too high for me personally. XRP also trading on a weekly 2. You can see that it's now dropped out of this weekly ascending triangle. So from that perspective, this is now again a negative sort of scenario. You have to look at it. If the 2 goes below the wick of the weekly 1, then we also have a sell signal on a weekly scale for a longer term downside. On a daily scale, you can see clearly how it broke out of this triangle, came back to retest it, and is now on its way down again. The S&P has also got rejected. Now it is still trading above the 21-week moving average, and you can see from the cycle analysis it's still maybe got another week or 2 of upside, so that could potentially mean that the S&P can go sideways or just hover about this area. And the futures on the daily scale, you can see that today it's already opened and it's already had a bit of downside, which has caused crypto to go down, retesting this previous high, and break of this today would probably be quite negative. As you can see that the DXY, the US dollar, come to retest this previous resistance zone, and it just bounced off quite radically. This move in the US dollar has actually pushed all the cryptos and stock market downwards, and at this stage it looks like it wants to make a higher high. My perfect scenario right now would be for the US dollar to push up to this area here, make a slightly higher high, and then keep on making higher lows on the RSI, so causing a massive divergence for eventually the US dollar then to correct, even possibly down to this area, which would then give crypto and the stock market some room to move upwards. All in all, we are still in a bearish position, and we should have a bias towards the downside. My bot trading has done well, but obviously as these prices have tanked, I have bought in quite a bit, and hopefully we would have a little bit of correction on the upwards correction on the small time frames before further downside. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and let's see you on the next one.